Okay, if we want to find the volume of this shape, we'll just call this our base down here. Okay, so my volume, area of the base, times the height. So the area of the base is 10 times 3, 10 inches, times 3 inches, times the height. I'm writing the units on this one. You don't have to normally, but I'm going to show you why I did here in a second. 10 times 3 is 30. 30 times 4 is 120. But we multiplied inches by inches by inches. That's inches to the third power. That is why when you find volume, your units are cubic units, because we've just multiplied inches by inches by inches. So we have 120 cubic inches for this rectangular prism. Okay. Let's take a look at the next. We want to find the volume of the cylinder. So we're going to find the area of the base, which is, right, we're going to find volume, the area of the base, times the height. The area of the base is pi r squared, and then we're going to multiply it by the height. Okay, so let's see here. R squared, my radius is 3, so 3 squared is 9. And we still have times pi times the height. 9 times pi times 10. I can multiply the 9 and the 10 and I get 90 times pi. Now on Khan Academy, you can go ahead and enter your answer like this. Just enter it as 90 pi. You don't have to go through and multiply it out. If you do multiply it out, I would go and use the pi button. Let me pull up my calculator here. So on my phone, I have a pi button, so I'm going to go 90 pi. Excuse me, 90 times pi. I'm going to get 282. And pay attention to the rounding that they want. Maybe they want to the nearest tenth on that problem, 282.7, and it's inches cubed. Okay, I prefer just leaving it like this. You don't have to worry about rounding. All right, let's find the volume of this cone, right? Cone is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Okay, this one has a little bit of a trick to it here. Not trick, but just one extra step. The area of the base is pi times the radius squared, which is 25, right? Pi r squared, times the height of the cone, okay? We have 5. We don't have this, but we have the slant height. We need the height. So this is a right triangle. So Pythagorean theorem says 5 squared plus this h squared will equal 13 squared. Now, if you know your Pythagorean triples, you'll know that it's 5, 12, 13. If you don't, we've got 25 plus h squared equals 169. Subtract. So we have h squared, right? H squared is 144. The square root of 144 is 12. Okay, so my height is 12, right? 1/3 pi r squared, it's the area of the base, times the height. 1/3 times pi, 25 times 12, it's going to give me 300. 1/3 times 300, that's the same as 300 divided by 3, that's 100. 100 pi. Go ahead and leave it like that, right? That's cubic centimeters. Or you can multiply it out. So we would take 100 times pi, and you get 314.15. If we need to round to the 10th, we need to turn this into 314.2. And that's cubic centimeters. Okay? Again, I would just leave it like that on Khan Academy because you don't need to use your decimals. Okay, we want to find the volume of this sphere. Volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. So my radius is 6. 4/3 times pi times 6 to the third power. Now remember, 6 to the third power is 6 times 6 times 6. So if you don't have a calculator with a third power, you can just go 6 times 6 times 6, and you get 216. 4/3 times pi times 216. I'll give you a hint here. This is a good hint. It makes life easier with math. So instead of doing 216 times 4 divided by 3, I do 216 divided by 3, then I multiply by 4, just because I think it's a little easier. So I'm going to divide by 3 and then multiply by 4. Right? 216 divided by 3, multiply by 4. And I get 288 times pi. You can leave it like that. Or we could take our 288 and multiply it by the pi button. 904.77, so we need to round that to 904.8. 904.8. And that's centimeters cubed. We are done.